there, learners. We've been learning a lot about R-controlled vowels. Let's review what that means. R-controlled vowels. When a vowel is followed by the letter R, the R makes the vowel change its name. We talked about AR and thought about the word car. K-R, car. AR says R. We talked about IR saying like in the word bird. B-erd, bird. OR saying the sound or, like in fort, or fort. And UR saying the sound, like in the word purse. Purse. Today, we're talking about our final R-controlled pattern, and that is the ER pattern. Guess what? ER says just like in bird and purse. Our keyword for ER is going to be person. Can you say person? Let's think about those sounds. Person. I heard the sound in person. I'm going to put our picture here of our person, and I'm going to write the word person underneath so you can see where that ER sound is. There's that sound made by ER. In this word, the O makes a different sound. It sounds like an Let's spell person. P-E-R-S-O-N, person. The other thing that I want you to know about R-controlled vowels, especially ER, is that ER can also be used as a suffix. It can be added to the end of a word. For example, I like to teach. This is the word teach, T-E-A-C-H. I would be called a teacher. Teacher, look, it has teach right inside of it, T-E-A-C-H, with the sound on the end because it's talking about what the person is called who does the action to teach. Now we've learned about the ER sound. When it's R-controlled, it sounds like like in bird, purse, and person. Great job thinking about the sound today. Let's do some more learning together. Hello again there, learners. Now we're going to learn a new word. The word is homophone. Can you say homophone? Great. Homophones. Homophones are a special kind of word. They're words that can sound the same, but they don't look the same, and they don't mean the same thing. You hear and see homophone words all the time, and today we're going to use our poem to think about homophone words. The word that's going to help us with that is the word weather. We're thinking about nature, we're going to talk about weather. W-E-A-T-H-E-R is the word weather when we're talking about if it's sunny or if it's cloudy. W-H-E-T-H-E-R is the word weather again, but that's a word that you use when you're comparing things like, I'm not sure whether I want vanilla ice cream or chocolate ice cream. So up next, we're going to read our poem. I'll read it to you and then you'll read it with me. And we're going to learn about the homophone words weather and have some fun too. You ready? Here's our poem about the weather. I'm going to read it and you're going to be my echo the second time around. This time you can just listen to me. Weather. Whether the weather be fine or whether the weather be not. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot. We'll weather the weather whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Great job listening to that poem. Now this time, I'm going to read it and you're going to be my echo. I'll use my marker to point so you'll know where to be when we're reading. Weather. Your turn. Whether the weather be fine, whether the weather be fine, or whether the weather be not, or whether the weather be not. Whether the weather be cold, whether the weather be cold, or whether the weather be hot, or whether the weather be hot. We'll weather the weather, we'll weather the weather, whenever the weather, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not, whether we like it or not. This is a traditional poem, and we don't know who the author is, but I wished we did because I'd love to thank the author for writing such a fun poem about the weather that helps us also learn about homophone words. How did it go reading at home? Did you have fun? Did you read in a strong, smooth voice that sounds like talk? Great. For the rest of your day, you can be thinking about words you would use to describe the weather, and then maybe you could practice thinking about this poem. I hope you enjoyed learning it, and be on the lookout for more homophone words, words that sound the same, but don't look the same and don't mean the same thing. Great learning today. See you next time. This time, we're going to see how fast we can read this poem about weather because it's kind of a tongue twister. I'll be pointing to the words. Let's see how fast we can read it. Weather. Whether the weather be fine, or whether the weather be not, whether the weather be cold, or whether the weather be hot. We'll weather the weather, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Kind of a silly poem and fun to read. I hope you had fun reading it. You can keep practicing at home and seeing if you can read all the words and just have fun with it, reading it fast. And then practice reading it like you normally would in your regular, strong, smooth voice so that it sounds like talk. Have fun.
This program is made possible in part by the Michigan Department of Education, the State of Michigan, and the W.K. Kellogg Foundation. Additional support by viewers like you. Thank you.